Bam! If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you aren't new, welcome back. My name is Shanika. I make everything histology related video content for new YouTubers like myself, and etc. and etc. and etc. But today, if you guys see this is the board or certification. I'm going to talk to you guys in this video how to pass your BOC for histotechnology. So turn on your post notifications bell so you guys know every time I upload a new video, and let's go ahead and get started. Y'all, I can finally say that this is a highly requested comment or question that I get 90% of the time on my channel. How do you pass the BOC, which is the board certification, which is your ASCP, American Society of Clinical Pathology? How do you pass the test? What are some study tips you use? What are some study guides that you use? I'm taking my test very, very soon. I need help. What did you use to pass the board certification? Throughout this video, I'm going to do something a little bit different. You guys know that I always feature the question or comment of the day, right? But I'm going to be featuring comments and questions throughout the whole video, sort of like a Q&A. So I may touch on some of the questions that I got, in other previous videos, but at least you'll see your question pop up because I finally got to make a quick video on how to pass the ASCP. I got to keep it real for all the gang. I did not pass my board exam on the first try. I was so disappointed because I felt like after school, I really rushed into studying and to trying to take the board certification, and I bombed. You guys, I bombed it. I think I made like a 300, and you need a 400 minimum score to pass. The reason this video won't be so long and drawn out is because over these past 4 years, I've noticed that what really got me to the point where I'm at today is because I retaught myself the whole Frida Carson book. I kept it so simple to where I literally broke the book down piece by piece. So I'm not going to tell you guys to get flashcards and 1,000 books. I'm going to tell you only 2 things that you need to be successful in passing the board certification.
Are you guys ready?
If you are ready for the 2 major key alerts, because we're going to have 2 major key alerts, right? To passing the ASCP, major key alert. Alert. The number 2 book you need, which I suck. I know, I do not have the book in front of me. I am a traveler, so I did not bring this book, and I lent this book to a very good friend of mine, and this book have actually helped other histotechs that she know pass the test because they were in the same position like you guys. They were new to histology, they were maybe graduating from school, and they needed a study guide. The book that you need will be the BOC study guide. Any edition will help you guys. I'll go ahead and pop it up right here. I do not have the book in front of me like I said before, but in that study guide, you will have over 1,100 questions to help study for the ASCP. In that study guide, the reason why it is so helpful, you guys, is because it breaks down every chapter like it would in your study textbook. From the flow of histology in the flow of a lab, it goes from fixation to processing to embedding to microtomy to cutting, H&E, special stains, troubleshooting, IHCs or immunos, what some of you guys may call it, or IPOCs, what we currently call it at my current locations. That study guide will be the daughter of what you need to pass the ASCP. Whenever you get the study guide in your hands, I really recommend that you do not just jump into the study questions. Make sure that you understand the textbook first, because that study guide will go hand in hand with the textbook, which is what I want to show you in the next clip. The number one study guide that you need to pass the ASCP, the mother to the daughter, Frida Carson Histology, a self-instructional test study guide. These books have many different editions. I have the 3rd edition, but these books are made the same. Your book may look a little different than mine, but this is the Bible. Major key alert. This is really all you need to pass this test. Major key alert. If I didn't tell you anything important in your histology journey and you're stressing about the test, the questions, as long as you study Frida, she will get you through. Right. To all my histology students, whenever you get the Bible, Frida, your mom, the whole time you in school, think of Frida as your mom, okay? So, whenever you get your book, I want you to go ahead and grab your books, because I'm not really sure if this will show up on camera with the text as well, as I want it to. If you look at chapter 1, it is fixation. And in fixation, which is the first step, after retrieving the biopsy, it shows you in your book. In this chapter, the student should be able to, every keyword you need for fixation, autolysis, fixation, artifact, pigment, non-aqueous fixative, coagulating fixative, isotonic, hypertonic, just for an example. And you just want to make sure that before you begin reading the chapter, just skim over these study guide questions. See, you even have study guide questions even in the front of each chapter. I recommend that you read the chapter and then answer these questions, just in case you don't have that study guide book yet with all the questions for the ASCP. These questions here will be your guide. Now, the great thing about Frida is these same questions that you find in the beginning of your chapter, those are the same questions that will be in those study guides, which are the same questions that will appear on the ASCP. The first step with Frida Carson, your mom, is to read the entire chapter and then answer the questions and the study guide in front of each chapter. The key to passing the board of exam, the ASCP, is troubleshooting. Troubleshooting is major key. Troubleshooting will be on the ASCP. So it's very important that you understand the chapter, yes, but make sure that you understand what to do just in case you need to troubleshoot. All right, so let me show you guys a prime example of what I mean by troubleshooting. And you will see in this book, I have highlighted everything to the God. For example, microtomy. Yes, there will be some microtomy questions, but there will also be the troubleshooting in microtomy. And they are very tricky, you guys. You will think that there's always 2 right answers out of your multiple choice questions, okay? So in this chapter of microtomy, it tells you, okay, if you receive cricket ribbons, this is what your section will look like. A section of central nervous system tissue revealing numerous knife lines caused by defects in the knife or defects in the edge of the blade. As you become a histotech, everything you will learn on the job. So don't be so focused on knowing everything on your first day of work, right? Because you literally learn everything on the job. But for the ASCP, these are things that you have to visually remember. So if you see knife streaks in the tissue like this, And you actually see them on the water bath. If you guys go to some of my tissue histology where I'm doing a lot of cutting, go to those videos, look at those videos, look at how I'm making my ribbons, look how if I get like some tough tissue like a thyroid, how there may be knife marks through the tissue because the tissue needs to be soaked. So there's different type of troubleshooting skills even in my videos. Troubleshooting question would probably be, so this is a section of the CNS revealing numerous knife lines caused by defects in the edge of the blade. So if you see that you have knife marks, and this is actually after the tissue has been stained. So if you see that you have knife marks, then there's several different things that can cause these knife marks. One, the blade holder may not be tight enough. So make sure that whenever you slide your blade in, that the holder, your knife is actually secured tight inside of the blade holder. Number two, maybe you just need a new blade. You can change out your blade as many times as you want. So if you are cutting and you're seeing that you're getting knife marks, but you've used that blade on several other blocks that may have been a little bit tough, move over the blade and get a fresh blade start. So a lot of things can cause these knife marks in the tissue. So that's why it's really important, if you're going to pass the ASCP and they start to ask you troubleshooting questions, it's really important that you know what to do to fix the tissue, because you definitely don't want to give the pathologist tissue that looks like this. If you're not getting a good ribbon, what are some things that's going to help you obtain a great ribbon? Sometimes when I'm not getting a great ribbon, soak the block in my hot water bath. Right? If it's really dry, I'll soak it. If it's really bloody and you're not able to get that good ribbon, put the block face down in the hot water bath just for a few seconds, put it on your ice, and then you can cut it. So there's different techniques that of course you won't know visually, but these are the things that you need to read, because it'll tell you some things that can help you with different microtomy issues. So the most important thing that you need to know when passing the ASCP is that you need to have confidence, and having that confidence will definitely help you. Just know that everyone will not pass on the first time. You do have several times that you can take the ASCP board exam, so that is a positive thing. What I normally suggest when taking the ASCP, the first time when I took my test, I literally just took it impulsively, like I said before. But the second time I took my ASCP board exam, I didn't tell anyone. So that way that eliminated the amount of pressure that I would have on good luck with the test, which are all great things, or, you know, good luck with the test today, or is today your test day, or how many days you have to take the test. And that can be very overwhelming, especially if you're taking the ASCP for the first time. Now, before I go, I know that this book can really be a lot. The book is huge. So what I suggest is, when you start in at the beginning of your chapter, you want to start at fixation. Then you want to read the whole chapter. Then you want to answer the questions in the beginning of the book. And then you grab your study guide. To anyone who's taking this test for the first time, the second time, or the third time, is do not move to the next chapter unless you are totally 100% comfortable with going to the following chapter. Before I go, I want to say congratulations to anyone who is currently in their prereqs about to move into the histotechnology program, and congratulations to anyone who is about to graduate from the histology program. And if you're thinking about joining the histology profession, definitely take your time, do your research, and think about it, because you need to know if this is the right career field for you. If it's not the right career field for you, definitely hit me up if you have any questions. You guys know where to find me. And this is what you will be holding at the end of your journey. And this is only the beginning to your career. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and any study tips that I've given you guys. Please feel free to share this video with any fellow classmates, and I will see you guys in the lab. Bye.